He did.
You were hearing that, Ryan?
What's that?
Smoke starts going off for the motor patrol.
No, I did not know that.
Mine does it.
Check it out now, I bet you are.
Not even like aiming at it.
They told me about it.
Oh, I thought he did it up here, but he's.
No,
I say didn't do it here.
Right.
Just really hot in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. It does that sometimes.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Scare the hell out of me. Like, say, look what's happening to you. It goes up and they give me slack. No, 100 and whatever.
What is?
No, I was like, just 2 points.
No, I didn't make that one. I heard that last time I was going to give up 6 4 full sleep. Ouch. Last time we were title.
Put the dogs
I
on
know,
the
but
setting.
there were 3 matches that I expected them to stop.
Yeah, yeah,
I've grown out of it now.
that's great.
I've grown.
You just saw
Maybe
it
I got, maybe there's a future for me.
before they even hit the net. You
You
could see it
see
in
that.
their face.
Yeah,
They lost before they even
you know, I
started.
don't know how it's.
Were they down?
That's like the Bills.
Oh, I know. My husband does.
Were they down before when they walked
I
out?
think it's really too, right?
Did they start at the bottom?
See that?
When they gave up those 6 4 fifths?
So,
I don't either.
No.
No, from like, I don't like point for
No, you either.
if one of those
And
three
you know what helps me though is a sound, I got a sound machine that does help.
would have won,
Put it outside noise, you know,
two
not
of them
super loud.
Just a little white noise, yeah.
It does seem to help.
Well, that's good.
When I used to work overnights, it was bad, trying to stay every day.
You had the blackout curtains.
I did, yeah, I like my curtain sound machine, but even that,
Your body is so not in tune with that.
no.
That's terrible.
concerned about not being pinned.
You got lucky with the night shift, huh?
Get my share of them.
And then
But we said there's those that can sleep during the day, those that can't. Some people can flop right through.
crap, and for easily, no doubt in my mind, because
Oh, really? Oh, I think that, I think that takes years off your life. It's just not, it's the reason why I don't feel
you had your time.
then your days off, you don't know what to do.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't do anything.
That's usually what you're doing, because 3 o'clock in the morning, you're wide awake, you know, your friends are sleeping.
Yeah, so you come in this morning to do transport, it's under doing transport.
Yeah.
I don't know, is it tomorrow, I'll have to go move Mackenzie's stuff back home.
What? Say,
Move Mackenzie's stuff back
this one
home.
practices in the winter, Nick. We
She's
got for little
transferring
guys that
houses.
can. You don't wanna put
She's gonna
anybody
stay
in
with
harm's
her
way.
new boyfriend in
One
Boston.
Just gonna put a post-it on everybody's door.
I did.
New boyfriend, she knows. Met his family,
So what you have to
nice family.
do with the incarnation.
Going to school, this is the second year he graduates in May.
Right, that's what I should.
Great job.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah.
We need to get away from
Too
school.
bad.
I put the lock on.
That's fine.
Good job.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome everyone. Well, we're gonna move on down to Ryan.
Oh, sorry, I missed last month.
Yeah, we know. I got the report, so it's okay.
Alright. So going back to October, we had 17 calls in October. I made 16, Jerry made 1, Pete didn't make any, Randy made 1, and Brett made 4. We had 1 structure fire, 1 outside fire, 2 accidents, 5 alarms, 3 hazardous condition calls, 5 assist to EMS. We went mutual aid 1 time into Red Creek. For November, we had 25 runs. I made 21, Jerry made 3, Pete didn't make any. Randy made 2 and Brett made 1. No structure fires in November. We had 3 outside fires, 1 accident, 15 alarms, the majority of those were at Wayne County Ag. 3 hazardous condition, 2 EMS runs, and we went mutual aid to Red Creek one time for a structure fire. We had 207 hours of fire call hours for October, 12 training hours, and 56 meeting hours. In November, we had 215 hours on calls, 32 training hours, and 80 meeting hours. I let Fran know that the sexual harassment training for the fire department and the PD will be in December, on the 3rd Thursday in December. I was in touch with the insurance lady about our insurance renewal. I did everything over the phone. She's coming down February 4th to do the walk through the firehouse and stuff. Fran, you have all the insurance for the boat, right? I think the last time we spoke, you had to get the VIN and stuff like that, but that's all taken care of.
Yeah, and I sent the amounts over to Peggy
Okay, perfect.
after I talked to you.
The barn steps out back are all done. We are still working on getting the railing done for that, but the concrete's been poured for that. And I brought up before, we received that $10,000 donation from Fowler's for the turnout gear. I did get the quote back from MES. The total was $17,635.55. So I'm just looking for approval to take the remaining $7,635.55 out of my budget to put towards that.
What's the number again, Ryan?
It was $7,635.55.
How many sets of gear, Ryan?
It totaled up to be like 8 or 9. If guys needed just pants or just boots, that's what we did. And we also, some of the guys didn't want the interior gear. Some of it's just like the outer layer stuff. For the exterior guys, to wear, and it's a lot cheaper than the interior gear. So if the guys wanted that, then we went that route instead. Exact number of sets, I believe it's like right around 7 or 8. I can count it up for you if you needed me to.
No, just curious. Just how many? Just get an idea how many per 1,000 per set.
Yeah, so I believe from a full set head to toe, you're right around almost close to $5,000. And that's everything. That's boot, coat, helmet, gloves, everything. A hood.
Okay, I make a motion to approve $7,635.55 for turnout gear, the remainder payment of turnout gear. And who's the vendor for that?
MES. And I do have a PO number for it if you want to put it in your notes. It's PO number 24127. I had Fran write it in the book for us.
Second. Any further discussion in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And other than that, I believe that's all I have.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
Do you have a copy of the report I can put with the? Do you have a copy of the report I can get?
The quote?
The report. The report that you just reported on. Your monthly report?
I gave both of them to him.
Perfect, okay, thank you.
Yep. I gave him October and November.
Okay.
All right, let's back up a little bit. Travis Nevas, what can we do for you?
Where do we begin? Well, we officially passed Wayne County Water and Sewer on our water bill. So, are we gonna keep running like this? Or are we gonna try to push more businesses out of the village, or where are we at?
Explain to me how we exceeded Wayne County Water.
I'm at a 340 a quarter, I believe I'm at, and Wayne County Water and Sewer, I would be at 182.
Because they would probably bill you just as one building, is that what you're saying?
No, they don't charge for a second one until there's 60,000 gallons being used. I use 9,000 gallons a month, and I got a quarter, and I got a $340 goddamn bill. It's ridiculous. I mean, if we can't afford the department, then we probably shouldn't have the department.
Well, we already know you're feeling on it anyways, you didn't want it in the first place, so let's not sugarcoat it.
Okay, well, when are you gonna pay your share then?
Are you sure? I got a almost $600 water bill this time.
Okay, how many of the permanents are you paying for in the hotel?
The funny thing is, Travis, if you are so concerned about my business, are you accusing me of doing something wrong?
Yes, I am.
You are, so you
Yes,
are.
I am. You are
Okay.
not paying your fucking share.
Really?
Yes, I have permanent mailing addresses of people that have lived
Oh,
in
I
your
know, you
hotel.
requested everybody's mailing address if we had a water account.
So why aren't you paying then? If you're making everybody else pay, why don't you pay?
I don't know what you're talking about. I pay the same bill when it comes, I pay it.
So
How many
you-
people do you think are in that building?
You voluntarily tell them whenever someone's living there permanently. We
I
just
don't
had a
have to, it's a hotel.
We just had a pedophile that was living there for 2 years and died. You didn't pay $1 for this guy.
What the hell are you talking about?
You play dumb.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's not playing dumb, Travis, but I really don't care what happens down to your place, but you seem to awfully care what's going on at mine. Except, if you really wanna go back, I'll make a motion to the board to back bill you for the 7
Then
years.
you're
you didn't
fucking
charge
paying
for.
yours too.
I pay my bill
For
every month,
everyone
and I
that's
pay
been
all
on
my
permit.
charges.
How about when Andy Laird lived there?
Andy didn't live there when I owned it.
Oh, here we fucking go. Holy fuck, dude. I was fucking upstairs working, Chris.
I'm telling you, he didn't live there when
When I
owned
went
it.
up there and worked on your equipment, there was at least 2 to 3 rooms that were permanently rented out. You can sit there and tell me no. Nobody goes in your building, so nobody knows. But why aren't you paying it then? If you're gonna jam it down everybody else's throat, why don't you pay it?
I'm paying the same commercial rate you're paying.
Okay, well, how many do you pay for them?
Pay for what, Travis?
What is your bill? What does your bill entail? Who do you pay? What do you pay? You pay Papa's? You pay for the hotel? Pay for
And
the
the
gift shop? How about at your house? Is that considered commercial because you have your other business at your house? Do you pay 2 there, or do you just pay your house?
I pay the house.
So how about your other business?
I was zoned to be able to do commercial work there.
It's a business.
However, there's no restrooms or anything in there.
It's a business. So you're telling me if I shut down a restroom,
Yeah.
all right, then you can't backcharge me for sweet indulgence then, because the original sweet indulgence didn't have a bathroom. You want me to unhook the
Listen,
goddamn
if you're so
bathroom?
inclined that you're telling everybody what you're accusing me of not paying my share, prove it.
Okay, well, let's back up then. How about when, where does the money come from with your rebuild Wolcott and you fucking build a house here and you get free water and sewer hookup? Where's that money come out of? What account does
Same
it come
place.
out of?
What do you mean it does come out? It comes out of the water department.
Okay. And you have no guilty conscience.
Do you?
If every house in this village, Ed can probably verify this, I'm sure he'd probably fucking back out of it, but every house is a 3/4 or 1-inch main. We run a 1-inch main if we go over 200 to 300 feet going to the house to carry our volume and our pressure. All that material costs roughly $1,700 for the curb stop, the shut off, the meter, and all that for it.
Mhm.
How much does a 2-inch cost?
Quite a bit, because I paid for all the line.
The line. Did you pay for the meter? Did you pay for the curb stop? Did you
No.
pay the $6,000 that it cost the taxpayer? So $4,000 for your hobby, the taxpayer had to pay
For my hobby.
to wash your truck. That's the only reason you need a 2-inch main.
No, actually, we put the 2-inch there so we didn't have a pressure drop to 700 feet to the house.
Here we fucking go, dude. I've had a fucking
So what
60
about- let
foot
me ask you
goddamn lift, a 60-foot fucking lift with a 400-foot fucking run off
Can we
the
watch the
road.
language in here,
And I
please?
run a goddamn 1.25
You
line.
can settle, Travis.
I will. I will try.
So let me get it, so
No,
what's
we
the
will.
difference? Twisted Creek got their meter too on the same program.
How many goddamn places do they have?
But it's the same 2-inch meter.
Oh my god, dude, you're like talking to a fucking Rodney.
You're pretty close to it. Because trust me, you know more than anybody does.
Oh yeah.
You do. You're just bringing it right now, Travis.
Because
It's very
I'm fed up
unfortunate.
with it. You're trying to run businesses out instead of helping the businesses. Why do we have
What
to go
business
higher
left?
than Wayne County? Why do we have to go higher than them?
So Chris, Eva did do a spreadsheet about, the differences between us and, Wayne County Water and Sewer, so she did get the information all together, and she'll get right now, but y'all got a copy of it.
Well, Travis believes that we are. So, and I understand, you know, if you're saying that your bill doubled or whatever it might be.
It's not believe. You gotta just look at the numbers, Chris. It's facts.
I have it right here.
Go ahead, look at it please then, because we're complaining about the fact that we are now higher than Wayne County Water and Sewer.
But when you
You
didn't,
guys promised that it wouldn't be.
you didn't wanna dissolve the village, so you were never gonna exceed, Lake County Water and Sewer is gonna be more expensive. It's a scare tactic with everybody, and now here I am paying
It's no different than the
$100 and some
fictitious number you
goddamn
put out,
dollars.
Travis, when you said it would be cheaper to dissolve, and it wasn't.
Oh my god, dude.
Travis, you said it straight to me. It's been in the works for years. Magdalo's into this and Chatfield's on this. You said it.
It would have been cheaper for us, cause I wouldn't have been paying the taxes I'm paying now, and it would have been cheaper. And I wouldn't be spraying the goddamn kids on the sidewalk that should be on a sidewalk that's not plowed in the morning. And my service guy freaking coming back the other morning going, holy shit, if I wouldn't have saw that kid, I would have hit him. Cause he's walking down the road cause the sidewalks aren't done. If you wanna get into the full piston match, we'll get into the full piston match, Chris.
Listen, it's quite apparent you came here just to attack me tonight.
Because I
very
want
clear.
you to pay your share. You have another business at your house.
Yeah.
So you should be paying a flat rate at your house on top of your water bill.
Bring it to the board.
Why don't you just pay it? Why do you think
was
you're better than everybody else?
Give me a break, Travis. Really?
You
Why
put
don't
it
knock
into a
yourself
chain
off
and let
that
the
pedestal
goddamn
you're on right
taxpayer
now?
pay for it.
Give me a freaking break, dude.
Then write the check for $4,000 so the taxpayer doesn't have to foot the bill.
Well, then we'll go back to every one of them that got the free service. You write yours too.
I didn't get a free service. I dug the goddamn thing myself. I brought in my own wash stone. I paid my guys labor to do it.
Yeah, and I had to
You know
bring
what I got? I got one piece of SDR 35 and one goddamn 45.
But did you get it approved to the board? Yes, you did.
Oh
Just like that
my
8 or 9 others that did now also.
Threat that came with it, when you came down to threaten our business, because you didn't have the balls to come down to threaten us. You said that.
Who
goodness.
threatened you?
Got it on tape, dude. Got it on tape.
I didn't come down and threaten
You
you.
used your name. Chris Penner sent me down here, and there was threats.
Well, I can
And it
assure
is
you
on
that I didn't
tape.
send anybody down there. Like I said before, nor did I
You
even
throw Ed
know
under the
that you
bus
had
a lot.
an
Ed,
issue
I'm not
down there.
talking to you. You throw Ed under the bus a lot. He does a lot of your dirty work, Chris.
So that's inaccurate,
And I have it on tape. Go ahead, honey. I'm
Okay.
done talking.
but that's inaccurate. So when I went down there, I said I was asked to come and discuss.
I'm
it.
talking to the board. Yeah, I'm sorry.
How about
But
the
you
other
bring him
ones
up
then?
again,
Did
it's not
Salt, even like someone like Salt House, is he now paying too on Main Street for his rental apartment in the back? He's got a business
I have
out
no
front and a
idea.
rental out back, so is he paying?
I don't know if he's got a rental in there.
You guys got the spreadsheet, it should all be on that spreadsheet, the one that I sent you, the same one you guys
He's
got.
living there, I know, I've been in there, he's a customer.
You
Did we
working
change the
there?
zoning on the glass shop, is, for that residential, is now the old showroom someone lives
I
in?
can ask Tom. It has been brought to my attention that it has been rezoned
So are we,
as residential.
are we charging everybody across the board then, or just who we pick and choose?
You just asked me about a facility that I have not been told to
How
about
do you
zoning.
not know? What's the matter? How do you not know that there's an apartment in the back that we've been doing work on Main Street? How do you not know that, Chris?
So you, in the course of a day of things that go on, we have a zoning department, okay? You have a permit, you get your permit, you do the work. Do you think that everyone who comes and says, hey, they're doing this and they're doing that? That is not what happens. If there's an issue to be brought up, it gets brought to the board or brought to the board meeting, and then we're notified of it. I don't need to know that you need a building permit to go put a fence up around your house. It's not Chris's business. If you put the fence up to specification, you got your permit, here's your fence. Do you want that much overreach over there, so everybody's big brother standing over your shoulder all the time? I don't think you really want that. Or is it needed? If you got a permit, here's your plans, it meets zoning's approval. If it has to go outside of zoning, that's gotta go to zoning board approval and it gets changed.
I'll pay the double.
So,
I'm not paying
The last comment in the water bill meeting, then, you told me that you only sign a 1 to 3 week lease with all your people upstairs, even if they are living there permanent. So I'm gonna sign a 1 week lease for Sweet Indulgence then, and I don't have to pay the flat rate, right? Or is it do as I say, not as I
You can attack
do?
me all you want, just,
It's
just
do
bring
as I
it.
say, not as I do?
because you're not, it's not even the case.
And you can sit there straight face.
I know how mine runs, but you seem to think that building is full, and I can assure you it
I'm
is
not saying
not.
it's full, I just know when I did work there, the rooms that are full are right there on the end. And you've always had them, so why haven't you been paying? How are you above everybody else?
That's, if I'm above everybody else, why am I already paying the 3 service charges that I already get for commercial?
Why is Dan pay for 4 apartments if he has a 4 apartment house? Then if you're renting them out permanent, then that's an apartment.
They are not rented out permanent. This is, again, Travis, you wanna attack me for something you think that's there that is not.
You could sit here and say it's not, but some of us know, okay.
Anything you wanna say. I mean, you're just bringing it out there.
So when are you gonna pay the second one at your house then for the other business?
Ask the board if that's what needs to happen.
Your puppets? Really? Come on, dude.
Is that what you want? You want it as a second business? That's just what
It's
it's gonna
the
be.
second business, that's what you're charging me for, then why are you paying it?
I can tell you, if you want me to pay it, we can pay it.
Pay it. I'm paying for a second bathroom in all seasons that's the size of that goddamn filing cabinet that my employees go in once a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta pay a fucking flat rate for that?
Oh, so I'll put a bathroom in there, right?
Barely don't need a bathroom, you just told me you were gonna back charge me for sweet indulgence, never
Well,
had
I
a
mean,
bathroom
you're
facility.
complaining that you're overcharged, but for 7 years you got away with it.
You don't have a
Unbeknownst to
bathroom,
us.
Chris, you just told us that if you don't have a second bathroom, you don't have to pay for it. Sweet Indulgence never had a bathroom until the new building. So now you're telling me, first of all, there was never 7 years of it, you're telling me you're gonna back charge us, but we didn't have a bathroom. So what side of the mouth are we talking out of here?
Kind of the same way you guys are. Which way do you want it to go? Really? All you ever do come here is just attack. That's what you do.
Because we're bringing goddamn people into this village and it seems like you're just running them back out.
Well, it's funny because we just had new multiple homes put in the village this year. Businesses are still open.
Businesses. Coffee shops as well.
Wow.
What?
Renee's right there.
Yeah, we're right
Yeah,
behind.
right behind you.
Yeah, we closed temporarily.
Oh, temporary.
Yeah.
Yep.
Foster's down, are you doing anything with that? Trying to get the building back open?
So how do you force somebody to come?
I'm
out
not
with
saying
something?
force, can we give them an incentive? A tax break, if you let somebody else come in and run?
See, here's the difficult part about the tax side of it. We don't set the tax rate, nor can we say you can pay taxes or not taxes, because the county takes care of that.
And you can't file any paperwork for that to do it?
Not on the village side of it. You could say, okay, you could waive the village tax possibly. I couldn't tell you if that could honestly happen or not without talking to some attorneys. You know, but when the tax base comes down through, we questioned something back when Tractor Supply was trying to come around because they were looking for a tax break, but they had to go through the Wayne County Planning Board, which apparently they didn't want to talk anything about that at that point in time.
Which would have been Butler, building Butler up, and then we're not getting in the village here.
Well, no, it was still in the village. It was still in the village, but again, it was that tax break that they were looking for was not on the table, I guess you would say, or however they structure that out for 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it might be. But like I said, on the village is the only side of the tax that we can talk about. The town would have to do the other part, town and county, I would say.
Do we ever get in any of that though? Cause we just see our buildings, it seems like they go empty or they look stagnant. This place used to thrive. Main Street used to be sweet looking when you drove down it back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
No, it's not
Before
there.
internet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not there.
Trust me, I hated seeing
Did
it
not, we
closed.
just
Evan
built
and
a
I
brand
talked,
new building, it looks beautiful.
Evan and I talked about it a bunch, you know, he says, I just come to the time where I don't wanna do it anymore. You know, and I can't fault him for that.
No.
You know, get to that point, you retire. So when you get to that point, you retire, congratulations. You know, but the food service side of it, I mean, you're doing it each and every day, and you know how many hours it takes to do that. There's not a lot that wanna do that type of work these days anymore.
Nobody wants to work anywhere.
We could build a lot more though. We gotta have incentives though.
Yeah.
And screwing me on my taxes, water and shit, this is not the answer.
Well, the taxes,
Taxes, piss on the taxes. The water's ridiculous.
I'll pay the water, I'm not paying the sewer. I think the sewer is absolutely ridiculous.
And now we got,
Paying 75 times 2, plus you're charging me $3.44 for water, which I believe is double charging. That's absolutely
for
ridiculous.
9,000 gallons a month, or a
Less
quarter.
than households, and I have proof, and I have people's households. That's just ridiculous.
so I will say one thing, that when I did look at your bill, and I did have a question, I talked to Danny, and we confirmed it, and we looked at it. So your bill, the current read, is that you were under the 10,000 usage.
Mhm.
So you shouldn't have had the 31.54 charge to sewer.
Has anyone contacted us, tell us we don't have to pay that, or?
I just looked at it tonight.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I was talking about.
It's just ridiculous. Wayne County Water and Sewer charges the village $2 and what, 25 cents per 1,000 gallons for treatment? And we're paying $150 a quarter for that, for 9,000 gallons, plus $3.44 per 1,000? Where do you justify this? An apartment with 4 rentals or something, what are you at? 20,000 gallons, 25,000 gallons? Where are you at?
It's all over the place. All depends on the apartment.
We're under 10,000. And Wayne County Water and Sewer will not charge a flat rate for the second business until 60,000 gallons.
However, the one thing that you do not take in consideration, I just had this conversation with some other engineers, is that nobody takes into consideration the debt service that these locations are paying on their property taxes to have that water and sewer. That is above and beyond their water rate and sewer rate. They have a 30-year debt service payment on all these districts that they created. So their rate is not cheaper by the time you add your taxes in. It's just not.
I think you might wanna go back and start looking at it. Run some numbers.
It's right here. We have it.
Run some numbers, look at bills.
That debt service payment is terrible. And they're on the hook for 30 years for that.
Need to start reviewing some bills.
Look, I understand that you disagree.
When I see you pay your share, then I'll shut my mouth. But until then, no, I'm not going to.
As long as it's across the board, and it's not across the board.
In every business, if you're gonna do it to every business. So we have a zoning guy, go down and check. I hate to throw him under the bus, but he's one example I know is a Saul House. I know his brother lives in the goddamn apartment out back. I know they just put a apartment up in the old glass shop, which last I knew it was commercial.
Yeah, and I don't know if the zoning has changed or what's been structured that way, but again, like I said, if they do their permit and they get that, it's not a thing that comes back to my desk and say, hey, do you know this guy's doing that and this one's doing that? It's just, that's not how it goes. It's what?
The town's this big. It's just humorous to me that you don't know what's
Well,
going
I'm
on.
glad you have all kinds of spare time to look around this stuff, but I tell you what, there's a lot
You know,
of
the
things
way
that
you
happen in the course
present
of a day.
yourself is pretty.
Then I'm fucking done. This way talking to fucking rock.
I know. So the water bill I will pay, I will not pay the sewer. I will not pay the sewer. That's absolutely ridiculous. Not happening.
You're addressing the board right here and they're listening to you and whatever decision they make from that, it's not a Chris decision, it's a board decision.
And I'm sure it'll be
So
an
Ms.
executive
Misty
meeting,
and
because
everybody-
nobody will have a balls to
You know what
mention it right now
they're
and talk
talking
about it.
about?
Well, what do you think happens after that when you just refuse to pay a bill?
You come down and threaten to shut me off or something, whatever. It's ridiculous.
I mean, do you wanna get it to the point where it ends up in
Businesses
the...
should get something for being here, something. They shouldn't get penalized and all these stupid rates going up and everything like that. It's just, it's tiring after a while to have to fight to try to build this place up and see it go down. You should sit.
7
You
years
should
since there's
sit.
been a rate change.
You should, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Then if
matter.
there's a failing department, then the department needs to go. Like, I'm sorry that it hasn't been, that's not my problem.
Wayne County Water Authority must be failing as well, because they're increasing their rates, per their October 22nd meeting, that goes into place, in 2025. So they're raising their quarterly, their base rate, and they're also raising their per thousand.
They're $5.50 per thousand, they raise to, their base rate is 32. But they don't charge double, so if you
So that's
go
the
by
only
a
difference.
business,
But Wayne County's not, they must
they
be
don't charge
closing up
double,
too.
so if my bill, where you guys charge me $132 for my water, Wayne County Water and Sewer would have charged me $84.56. My sewer would have just been charged $65, you guys charged me $181.
I know,
So that's a lot more.
like I say, I have a
That's
tap,
lot more.
one water line that feeds every residence, and I
So
pay
let's
for a
help
meter.
everybody in the
everyone.
village.
By
Chris,
you
you
having
can
to
take
pay
this.
that, now we got freaking rent that people can't afford. Cause you're not gonna eat it, just like I can't eat this, so what am I supposed to do, take my rates up?
We all have to take our rates up. Inflation, yeah.
That's not inflation, no, it's not.
It is inflation.
Chemicals went up big time, chemicals went
Right.
huge.
Minimum wages going up in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's where it is, right? Wages go up. I'm sure you give your employees raises.
You're not.
Chemicals doubled.
We
Price
need
of
to
chemicals
build,
doubled.
is what I'm
And
getting
I
at.
also know the answer.
I
to
dumped
that
a
too.
chunk of money into this village, cause I want this
an
village to
open
do
meeting.
better. And it just seems like you're fucking kicking me right in the nuts every time.
Nobody's kicking you in the nuts, Travis. The simple fact is, and don't say you wanted to build the village up, because you didn't want the village in the first place.
Or we'll get up. We'll get.
I want,
So however you want
Well,
I want this neighborhood.
You should sit down and maybe check us out well, you're not allowed now, but before when we allowed you, you could have checked us out and saw what actually happened.
But you pulled everything from us, cause you don't care about the taxpayer. You pulled the service from us, you don't give a shit, whatever. Like,
Whoa, hold the service from
call
us.
someone else.
What do you mean?
The village.
Village
I haven't
service.
directed anybody to go anywhere different. So again,
Nobody's using us.
so
Which is fine. Go
So
ahead.
each
Use what you
department
want to.
head, each department head runs their department, but if you think for a second that Chris Henner is telling the department heads, do not go down to all-season heating and cooling, you are
There's
surely.
nobody walking in the door to buy a part either. They'll go across the street where it's more expensive when I could have saved the taxpayer money by you buying there. So at what point do we not care about the taxpayer? This goes back to the $4,000 extra for your water line coming in to the taxpayer.
In all fairness, you tried taking their jobs. So,
Nobody tried taking their jobs,
They
waiting on
would've
water and
had.
sewer would have taken.
I
Right.
don't know. Marty didn't get any, did you get a contract? Anybody contact you about a
Well,
job?
no, because nothing was done yet, but.
And nobody contacted Marty either. He
You
sat
guys
right
were
in the
for the
meeting and said
village.
that.
So good.
Right. You can't.
Oh, I'm fine. You don't have to come in. I can give two shits.
Just want the taxpayers to know how much more they're paying.
That's all. The taxpayers are footing the bill for it. That's all. Just like they foot your bill for your hobby for that 2-inch line. Because you didn't need a 2-inch line to carry your pressure and your volume. I can tell you that right now. And I can bring 5 different plumbers in here that can tell you didn't need a 2-inch line. You got that for your hobby at the taxpayer's expense.
Interesting, even though I saved the taxpayers $250,000.
So here we go.
You wanna hear the story, or don't you wanna hear the
No,
story?
I'm fucking done.
Yeah,
You guys don't
I
fucking
figured that, you
fucking
don't wanna
around,
hear
man.
any truthful information.
No, you're talking, I'm going for a beer.
We
I
gotta
got blue light called my name.
Okay, we gotta take the car.
Done talking to a fucking rock.
I know.
Keep screwing the taxpayer. They love it.
Have a good Christmas, Travis. Kevin, you're up.
5-minute limit. Yeah, I'm not. This is gonna be extremely boring. I don't have a lot anyway. I believe everybody's got a monthly event log from November, police department. We had 44 total calls. This is all just through 911, just keep in mind that. They are broken down in domestics, assists, property checks, accidents, and you can read all that right there. It's only for November at this point. Then here at the end of this month, go back into December. Not much else to report other than I'd like to try to do something with some of the bikes out in the garage. They're really starting to stack up on us. And we don't have much room to operate out there as it is. Has anything been done in the past as far as donating them or?
No, but, maybe talk to the Lions Club and see if
Okay.
they do something to disperse them or whatnot.
Some of them are.
Nobody's claimed them, right?
No, I mean, we have some that are going on 3-4 years, but nobody's claimed them.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some children out there.
Well, that's exactly it. I let them sit here and rot when they can really enjoy it.
I think if we can donate them or whatnot, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, I'll check around here a little bit from there.
Probably get recirculated right back to the police department.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, probably.
What's that?
They said they might get recirculated back.
They might, some of them might have been through the garage a couple times already. Lock up your bike if you're worth it, yeah. We try to match them up with the owner, or whoever it may be, but if they don't come forward and we don't have any idea, then there's no reports to fall back on.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea if we can find some place for them to go.
Okay.
Lions Club is probably where I'd start first.
I didn't know if there was anything done in the past with that, because it's been going on for a while.
Not that I recall.
All right. I know years ago, I think it was down in Lyons, we had so many bikes building up at the station, we tried donating them and nobody really wanted them. And then, they ended up going for scrap, that's what they ended up going for, which is unfortunate. We gave some away to some local kids, but other than that, no organization wanted to deal with it.
Nobody in the area wants them. I saw on the news in Syracuse at the fairgrounds in Syracuse, they are taking donations
Okay.
for
I know
bicycles.
also the Fulton Speedway, they do that every
Do they?
year for kids.
Then it
They
doesn't
donate
matter, we
bikes out
have
in
probably
the
getting them
Speedway.
there then.
Wow.
Okay,
So bigger venue then.
yeah.
Would it be advantageous to, put something on our website that, you know, if your child's in need of a bike,
That certainly is a great
we
idea.
have some
Come
to,
on down and
we have some to
see if we can
donate.
line them up with something. I mean, if it gets to be over, you know, a year and a half, 2 years old, I still got it at that
By
point.
appointment or something, they can see it or something.
Sure.
You wanna try that first and
Yeah.
keep it local?
I mean, this is just found property, I mean, it's not like evidence or anything like that, so.
So what am I doing? I'm putting it on the website and then do a text my gov.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. Put on Text My Gov too, that we have some, you know, if your children in need of a bike, we have some here that have never been claimed. If you have interest, please reach out to X and,
Most of them are a little bigger, mountain bike size, but I think there's one or two smaller ones in there.
just do that over, I'll see how it goes.
Sure, it's a good idea. That's all I got at the moment.
Alright. Ed, you're up.
Springs are coming back. Get about 100 out of them a day. So
Oh, we had some water.
that should help with the overtime. And other than that, I really don't have too much to say.
Still in the executive.
Yeah. I prefer to do an executive with that.
Okay. Atlantic Underwater Service Inspection quote, ARPA.
So Ed gave me the quote to do the inspection for the water tank, right, the water tower?
Yep. ROV inspection of water tank, that quote was maybe in October that I received it, and it's good for 6 months.
So I thought maybe, if we're gonna approve it, maybe we can use ARPA funds for it.
I think it's a good idea.
Agreed.
Make a motion for that.
I make a motion, $1,900 for the tank inspection to Atlantic Underwater Services.
I second that.
Any further discussion on favor?
Aye.
Using ARPA, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Seeker for Butler?
Yeah, I think this is just an FYI, I don't know if you guys have to do anything, do you?
I wasn't aware of that we did, but. I was actually surprised that we were even, involved in it, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
So I said, if there's something else we had to do, we'll catch that at the next meeting.
Okay.
Code Enforcement Department report, we have that.
Make a motion to approve the June 2024 court audit in the amount of $2,631.
Any further discussion on favor?
Aye. Make a motion to approve the July 2024 court audit in the amount of $1,814.
Any further discussion on favor?
Aye. Make a motion to approve the August 2024 court audit in the amount of $3,082.
I second that.
Any further discussion on favor?
Aye. I make a motion to approve the October 2024 court audit in the amount of $2,669.
Any further discussion on favor?
Aye.
I need a motion in court clerk wages, with a minimum wage increase to $15.50.
Make a motion to approve the court clerk's pay increase to $15.50 effective January 1.
I second that.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
So the next one is just an FYI that the dental rates for everybody's gonna be going up effective January 1st, 2025, between 21 and 29 cents, depending on the plan.
Between 211 and 229. Okay, October 24th treasurer report and financials.
Make a motion to approve the October 24 treasurer's report and financials.
Second.
Any further discussion, all in favor? Amendment for Twisted Creek's liquor license.
So the amendment, if you guys see it, it's under 15 there, where they put, originally they put patio, deck, and garden grounds. And campground area, they amended, eliminated campground. Just got the patio or deck.
Yeah, I think that suits what they're looking for.
Make a motion to approve the amendment to the Twisted Creek's liquor license.
Any further discussion, all in favor? Status of the new village website?
Just wanna let everybody know it's up and running, looks good, and we're getting some emails, cause you can submit an email through the website, and we've gotten quite a few, like 3 or 4 of them so far.
Okay. Past meeting minutes, November 12th, 2024.
Make a motion to approve the November 12th meeting minutes.
I second that.
All in favor, any further discussion?
Aye. Make a motion to approve abstract number 007 in the amount of $144,915.84.
I second that.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry, who seconded that? Thank you.
Active People Healthy Wayne Partnership.
You forwarded some stuff, Misty, so I'm not sure.
It's just what she sent me, just saying that she was gonna look into it and get a project together with us with a price and let me know, but I haven't heard anything more, just from what I let you know. And that she's just happy that we said yes, and that she's happy, we'll be glad to work with us.
More to follow.
Yes.
Dewberry EV Space Round, 6026 New Harper Street.
There was a company that sent us, maybe a too good to be true, EV charging station information packet. They're looking for areas to put EV chargers in. This company, if we got approved for that, looks like they maybe want to put it in the municipal parking lot by Bob's. So this charger would be 350 kilowatt hour charger. It's a level 3 fast charger. It would take up 3 parking spots. They would put it in at their cost. We would have to sign a 5-year lease agreement with them, and they would pay us $300 a month for that. They would incur all the costs involved in the electricity, and I guess we should probably, if the board approves that, we should proceed with that and see where it takes us. At this point, they're looking for places. guarantee that they would select us as a place to do this.
You mentioned the, where the Galaxy Shop was on by chance?
I had not talked to them personally.
Okay.
I'd only emailed, the person at Dewberry to get more information. So a site selection, may be negotiable, but that would certainly be a better alternative to what we were looking at before, which was a level 2 charger, and would have carried a lot of costs for the village.
And they pay the demand meter and everything?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Once we do is, it sounds a little too good to be true, but.
It's pays for all costs to construct and operate site.
Right. And after 5 years, so after 5 years, it's a level 3 charger with 350 kilowatt, something that is gonna be outdated. If it is, we could say, we don't want it anymore, and now you would remediate that site and take it anyway. But the next step would be to contact them and tell them that we're interested or not, and see where we go with it.
I have a question.
Hmm?
You said by Bob's, is there a specific site location that they're looking at?
No, it didn't, from what they said.
6026 was pretty broad.
Well, the only reason I'm inquiring is the municipal parking area back there, a lot of that is owned by ghettos.
What is it? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I wanna say it goes within 20 feet of Bob's entranceway, 30 feet of Bob's entranceway, 10, 15 yards maybe of Bob's entranceway.
So what about like between the village restaurant and the hotel with that area down to, where that bottle and can reception where JJ's used to be? Is that village owned?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, I think the
gonna-
idea is if
I'm
you-
gonna give you a tentative
Survey.
Yeah.
If you go to different, cities around the country, and you go into like a Big Y, or you go into Walmart, or some, big shopping plaza, a lot of times you see them, those bank of chargers
So you
there.
can see where the municipal is and then Joe Gallo, a ton of that. It's kinda goes for the,
Yeah, and down by the island, we run into the issue with the storm sewer and all that down in there.
right.
So they gave us,
Right to Bob's and it goes across quite a ways.
Sure does.
That's why I was wondering if you had like a footprint that you were thinking of already, because it may not be the village in that case that was
Can
getting.
you screenshot that and send it to me?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
the only thing that they said was, 6026 New Hartford Street. And then if you looked on a map and put that in, like on a Google map, it showed a pin, that was dropped right outside of Bob's. So I don't know how accurate that is, but
Maybe it's advantageous to talk to them about that corner lot and, sales pitch or something, say, okay, waive the first year of fees and you pave it, and put your chargers in.
You can sell them on that because it's right on the way to that great Chevy dealership we have,
Yeah.
right up the hill,
right,
right?
right. Well, one of the big draws on that before was, you could plug your car in while you're at the theater, but
Sure. Yeah. You wanna take the lead on that?
I'll talk to them.
Yeah, well,
I'll follow up and see if I can get more information as to, maybe they're just sending out, feelers right now, right? They may not know, what our commercial situation is,
Sure.
and they may want that information, so.
Thanks a lot. It's a high traffic area over there too.
Yeah, but this is kind of an interesting, charger, it looks like. They've got like a battery pack that they take, electricity off the grid, and they charge that battery pack probably all the time. And then when they take it out of the back of that. So there's not as much of a demand, to do that. That's pretty smart.
Maybe the upside to that too is because didn't RG&E do a little bit of legwork on that to see
At
if they.
that corner, they did.
Yeah.
Where they need to put pole and all that stuff, so. And that may not come into play with this, but RG&E is one of their partners, that they mentioned in the letter, so. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll call them up and find out. We wanna move forward with it and see how far we can take it.
Fair enough.
That's great. Thanks, Dave.
Still. So I got a couple of things here. On the nicer side of things. I got a phone call from Kim Pickard a few weeks ago, or a message actually, and her grandson Julius, they live in a trailer park, and along with Julius and Brandon Brown's kids, just out of the blue, they came up to her and asked for some trash bags, and whatever field they were across the street. I think it's the one directly heading up Washington or whatever. They went out there and picked it all up and filled the trash bags, and he asked if she knew who the mayor was, and she said, yeah, I do. And what can you tell them that we did all this cleanup and we're trying to keep our community clean and picked up. So that was pretty nice of them.
Who was that, Chris?
Julius, Kim Pickard's grandson, Julius. I think Julius' last name would be Kreller.
Yes. I'm gonna pick up some thank you cards, because I would like to also thank, send Fowler's a thank you card for their donation to the fire department. I think we should sign cards to these kids.
Yeah, that one, and then we also had one that came across the website, right, Fran? From Sandy Sanford, thanking the highway department. She got a hold of me, and she had a storm sewer plugged up or whatever, and the guys were right around the corner, so it was only like a matter of 40 minutes, and they were there. And she couldn't believe it was that quick, so she thanked everybody for that as well.
Give those kids a
And
free bike.
There you go.
Give them each a free bike.
yeah, come get your free.
They did a real nice.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, we should do a thank you too. I know Susan Lake, we should do a thank you to
I'll
those
bring
who
some
donated
hats.
skates last year too.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Other than that, the rest I have is for executive. Misty, anything for the group?
No, just, I'm gonna buy some thank you cards.
Okay, Marshall?
I don't have anything at this time.
Daniel?
You know, speaking of cards, so we have a new neighbor on Lake Ave there, that new home that was just put in. And we've had several here over the last couple of years, and I was thinking, you know, if we got a card, kinda like welcome to the village, you know, with some of our information, you know, the village numbers, all of our pertinent contact people and numbers and stuff like that. I think it would just be a nice welcome, and then they have it, and obviously, we know all the property transactions through the village.
Yeah.
So, you guys know better than anything, but.
So you're talking about for everybody, not just new builds, right? You're talking about anyone buys a new house in the village,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely, sure. And I don't know, if you guys can do some research and maybe we can get, you know, find cards or whatever that we could do. I'm sure, I don't know what we average or whatever, 30, 40 transactions a year, maybe, but
Yeah.
I think it would really be, it would alleviate a lot of, yeah, it would, yeah. But it would alleviate a lot of questions up front because we send them the information, that would help them if
Yep.
we should have questions. So maybe like our meeting schedule and also our contact information. So if either of you two have a chance, we can just see with that. Also, with the brought to light, sewer fees from the bills, I'm gonna make a motion, that we go through and credit those accounts for the next quarter, right?
Okay.
So, make a motion to credit the affected commercial accounts for next quarter.
Movie
All in favor?
Aye.
And anything else, Daniel?
Chris isn't here, I know, but the ice skating rink, I was just wondering if they made mention, I know it just warmed back up or whatever, but do they have an idea of when we're gonna?
They said they were waiting for it to get colder.
Okay. So it's on their radar.
Yeah, it
Well,
is.
so what happened last year, remember, we got it, we put it in.
Yeah.
And we never got a lick of frost into the ground.
Yeah, I know.
So underneath this ice rink, it was warm.
Yep.
And we couldn't get it to freeze on top.
Yep. No, I know. Just,
Unfortunately, this year, the ice came, or
Talk to
the
you
cold
about
weather came
his
along with
park
the snow.
idea, like what we
Yeah.
call his park idea.
No.
So part of the problem that he was encountering last year with the holes and everything being poked through the liner was it's in a high traffic zone from the kids leaving school. He said, man, he goes, and I told him, go talk to the board, to the mayor. He said, we ought to put it down to Woket Falls Park. He goes, with the Bob Marshall lighting that's down there, because they use it all
Well, we
over
land a
the
plane.
night.
Yeah.
He goes, it would keep them, they would have to deliberately go there, and they would keep the kids that are walking home from school from, getting into mischief on it, when they're not supposed to, cause it's not convenient, they have to actually make a decision, a conscious decision to go there and do it. So,
That's kind of a 50-50 thing, because a lot of the kids
I
got out of
agree.
school at the middle school, and they came right here and got the ice skates,
Mhm.
and then they were skating.
well, and that's the thing also, we do keep the ice skates right in the front here, but I understood where he was coming from, cause, I mean, that liner did get destroyed.
Did, but we're gonna put some eyes on it this time.
You know, I'm not speaking on his behalf, but he had a good idea, and I didn't know if he had brought it to you guys.
No, it's a valiant idea. I mean, like I said, it's kind of a 50-50 thing, what works. Definitely lit up, that's for sure.
For sure.
But the problem is then what, because the park closes when the sun sets,
Oh, yeah.
and now it's lit up, and then you got people down there when they shouldn't be.
Yeah,
The ice skating rinks here, it's all lit up. Tough point to argue, because
yeah,
skating at night's kind of a thing.
yeah.
Plus, I can see them picking up skates going down there and leaving the skates down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if the grade's good enough down there, might be too many, not sure.
Well, hey, can we get ARPA money to put a slab down?
Yeah, I know.
Cold one.
I've seen these.
Yeah. We'll have some glycol through it, show it.
I have to have an estimate by today.
Yeah.
And I know Chris
Okay.
Lucky said he was gonna work on getting more skates too.
Yeah, he's been a really big advocate
Mhm.
of that.
yeah, it's awesome.
With the lights on, we haven't had any vandalism on the new set
Hey,
yet.
knock on wood, would you?
We've been
Well,
really
hey,
good down
when we
there.
had that heavy snow the other day and that, all that light was shining on it, it looked gorgeous down there.
Mhm.
All the mulch is still in place.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah, it looks really
good.
nice.
When we had all that snow, the kids were sliding down that snow bank that we had out here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Police department told me that, criminals do not work in the light.
No.
That's the only advice I got.
How many cars have you sold in the dark?
Kids don't wanna hang out in the light either, you know, who would?
Right, exactly.
I'm just teasing.
So, no, they've been good down there with the new place set, still looks nice. So far, knock on wood. And a lot of people are using it, I still see kids down there and families and stuff like that, even in the colder weather.
Every weekend.
Yeah, I
I
see it
came
during the week.
through around 1 o'clock today, there must have been 10 dozen cars down there.
Yeah, I see a lot of grandparents during the day with the real little kids coming in and stuff.
As long as they're utilizing it, that was what it was for. All right. Dave, anything else?
Yeah, so the Hometown Hero banners, we now have 66 of them, as I count.
Oh, I got another one on today.
Another one today? Okay. They are, all the ones we put up have been taken down and stored. There are some that have come in since we took them down, and will be put up in May. So, that's good project.
Yeah, very well received.
Yeah. Also, are we gonna talk about the gazebo roof now, or is that good, or?
You can bring it up now if you want.
Okay, so I did, reach out to a couple different vendors.
Yeah, something quite shocking.
Yeah, and I emailed everybody, the pricing. Basically, we have SOS, and I'm not sure if SOS does, the composite roofing, but there are a number of composite roof companies out there, that have it. The one composite roof estimate that I could get was from Stellar Roofing, and that was quite expensive, $22,820 to put a roof on. If they went with a metal roofing, that was a company called Edco, that roof is $15,540. They gave me a sample. These are pictures of it. This is a slate metal roof. This is the cedar metal roof. So they were kind of expensive. There may be additional items on each one of these estimates. So SOS gave us an estimate for a shingle roof, to put just a regular shingle roof on, $8,000. White red cedar, $13,000, and then the hand split cedar, which is what's on there now, $16,900. The red cedar kind of looks like siding. The hand split is more of, what's on there now. So,
Red cedar's what you said's on there now, right?
I think it's the hand split that's on there now.
And it lasted how many decades?
Decades, yeah. Upcharges on it, additional items. SOS has got $50 per square for additional layers discovered that they would have to tear off. $25 for a sheet of half-inch plywood, and $90 for a sheet of 3/4 inch plywood, if we didn't want them to put OSB on, and if they had to. Nobody knows what's underneath. There's always a problem. Are the rafters okay? The form boards on the outside, and there's a list of additional items that Stellar had too that seem to be just as or more expensive than SOS. So I got a list of them here. So, and we should look this over and see which way we want to go with it, knowing that in the end, when they get done putting a roof on, you've got those like finials on the top, and the metal sides that come down that are kind of rotting. I don't think either one of these companies have provided those in the estimates. Matter of fact, they're probably just going to double layer the sides. So it's not going to look like that at the end.
That'd be a little bit of area of the construction of it, how rotten is it getting? Them pillars, we had to put a clamper on one of them, that was popping apart. I'm not sure, I'm not know much about it, but.
Up on the top there, those metal pieces.
The pillars that hold up everything. I don't know if they what hold it up or they just, fill it pretty,
Right. But I think they would have to come off in order to put another roof on. And they probably wouldn't make their transition off and back on, if that's what you're thinking.
No.
It sounds like SOS is the most price competitive.
It does, yeah, and I know that
with what
he,
we have, like kind and quality.
right, and he had, made a remark to me when I talked to them in the park, at one of the festivals, that, they would work with us, to put that in, so.
So there, and what was there, the 17?
The hand split was 16.9, yeah.
So, a couple thousand of incidentals maybe then?
Just, not to exceed. see it real quick. Thanks.
That's your quote for
Oh, yeah.
disclaimers, right?
There's no way we can have a study made on that, see if it's gonna be structural.
Not if you're gonna use ARPA funds, would have to be, people attached to them tonight.
So that's kind of probably,
It might be good, but it might not.
instead of the metal. it's
They'll
gonna
just
have-
build it up.
Right.
It wouldn't look bad.
No. You guys have any questions, concerns, comments? Because we do need to act on this. Tonight's our only meeting
I
this
just
month.
really want the structure to stay the same, that's all.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all.
Really,
So
yeah.
I'm good with it.
Okay. Alright, well, I will make a motion to hire SOS, to replace the roof on the Northrop Park gazebo roof, using the hand split cedar, not to exceed $20,000.
I thought you said 10.
Well, we could try. Tell Dave you got 10 approved.
Using ARPA funds, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Who seconded it?
I second it.
Thank you.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright,
Thanks, Dave, for getting that info for me.
thanks for all the work.
Job well done. Anything else, Dave?
No, that's it.
Okay. So. Hi, Renee.
Hi.
Nice to see you. So we don't have you on the agenda, but, so what brings you to the meeting?
Well, I just wanted to put a name to the face. I was just gonna ask, even though I didn't fill out the paperwork, if I could just introduce myself.
Absolutely.
I'm Renee Musso. I'm the owner of the coffee shop up across from Troopers Barracks. And I opened the smoke shop when there wasn't a lot of smoke shops around. And as once cannabis, there was no idea of cannabis. Once the cannabis was legal, once I waited for licensing and stuff to come out and applications, and for the ones that aren't aware, first the applications went to some minority groups, and then I was able to put my application in October of 2023. I'm a cancer survivor. My girlfriend has lupus. My husband has rheumatoid arthritis, and cannabis, if it's used correctly, helps with a lot of pains. And so I filled out the application. I did contact Mayor Hunter to let him know that I was applying. It looks like I failed to fill out, I did fill out a form with my application and sent it into OCM with my application. And in there it says they're gonna contact the board, the municipality. There's some question, and I gotta call OCM tomorrow, which is Office of Cannabis Management, to find out where something went wrong because you didn't get the form back in October of last year. However, because of the delays, and I'm sure you've seen on the news and everything else, no licensing was coming out, then it was. Well, 2 weeks ago tomorrow, I got my license. I got my official license. So I would like to, right now we are closed. There really wasn't revenue up there anymore because we don't sell vapes, and everything down here, there just wasn't a revenue stream. So I just kept it going. I've owned businesses for 27 years, the same business in Syracuse, New York. And I sold down to my key operator. I wanted to do something in my retirement, and I thought, when they legalize cannabis, why not help people that don't understand how it works and do it in a professional manner? So with all being said, I wrote a letter once I knew I was gonna get my license to Mayor Henner. Again, in error, it should have gone to the board. And that's all on me, that's my mistake. And I'm sure the letter will come out in the executive session. Basically, I know you mapped out an area for if a dispensary came through, if somebody got their license. And I was not aware of that map until after I was applying and wanted to do the whole thing. So in the letter, I'm just asking you to consider me staying where I am, maybe even if it's for a trial period. And I put like 9 or 10 reasons why. So I just wanted to give you the face to go with the name and know that this is professional. I want to set it up like a pharmacy. Basically, they are doing a crowd control, so I got the stanchions like the bank have. You have to have that as far as OCM is concerned. Very clean lined, no flashy signs in the window, none of that. And I want to do it very professional, clean. We're gonna get rid of I don't know if anybody's been in the coffee shop, but there's like purple, pink. It's all gonna be beige like this with a black trim and everything very professional.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Everybody
letting me
knows who
speak.
Renee is.
Thank you for letting me speak.
We're just a sidekick.
She's my
For
rock.
support.
She's my rock. She does a lot for me there. And the other business that I sold, she's been working there for 4 years. So.
Nice. Rosie?
Dansville, the mayor of Dansville. Have they called you yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Must be, I should be expecting a phone call.
Yeah, but I talked about this a couple of times before, that Dansville, Cohocton area, Dansville especially, have been having a real problem with kill traps in their village.
Really?
And I told you about, I think that the one cat got in there that had a tracking device on. And
Remember that, but okay.
yeah, it was a while ago, and just, in passing, because I'm always talking about cats. But yeah, killed a pet cat, indoor, outdoor cat that had a tracker on. The people that owned the cat found, in this individual's kill trap, crushed, conibear trap. Anybody's familiar with that kind of trapping system? Now the DEC does have a law for not having those kinds of traps in villages and near homes. And if you do have one because of the woodchuck problem, there's certain ways that you have to put it up so that other children, small dogs, small cats, don't get into that. For some reason, the DEC just bad luck, it was just bad luck that cat got in there, and they didn't do anything. So it was brought to the Dansville Village Board, and they've been dealing with that pretty much all summer. They now have a law that they're going to be passing next week at their board meeting. They had the public hearing and whatnot. And it was found that no village has any, in New York State, has anything, and I know we don't either. Why would you think that? Why would you even think of it, right? So they're getting out to other people and other villages and other mayors what they have done and how they've worded their law or whatever for the village for having these traps within the village. You've got a little 2-year-old that wanders into a neighbor's yard. They're kill traps. They're not there to grab your leg so that the cat or the dog gnaws it off. It's like, bam, you're dead. So
Well,
I got
I'll be
involved in that because
expecting a
it's going
phone
to
call.
take the cats to get neutered and whatnot.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll wait for the phone call.
So we'll probably talk next week, but I want to give you a heads up so you know what it's about.
Oh,
And
I remember
please,
this.
try to get that law in here in Wolcott, because if it's happening there, it's happening here too.
Yeah, definitely could.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
Very
Is it
good idea.
homeowners that are
Very good
setting these
idea.
traps up?
Homeowners, yes.
What are they trying to trap?
he said woodchucks, but he also is a cat hater, so.
So it's not like a trapper.
No, no homeowners doing that kind of thing, yeah, for, you know, the big old woodchuck problem, and it was a development, you know, you got a house every year. It's kind of unnecessary. I do have one more thing, to glob on to what Dan said, because I really like that, you know, when you send the new, people that are moving into the village. You could also get maybe some coupons from the, pizza joints and whatnot.
Yeah, that's where it would
that's
really
cute.
help if we had
Yeah,
a
and
Chamber
put
of
those out
Commerce,
there.
because you could.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be great, and it would introduce them to all that.
Without that,
Yeah.
or even could do it.
I think Dave was working on
Yeah.
I know, right?
That would be,
There
Sure.
might be some progress on the chamber side.
I gotta get him out of this.
that would be good.
Oh,
Here, you got a list too?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Eva.
What?
We're conspiring here.
oh, great.
I'm not sure.
We're all starting this.
Thanks.
But that's a good idea.
So
That's
if
nice.
anybody is all set or anything else, we'll go into executive. Oh, Dan needs a recession. Okay. Thanks for stopping in.